Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday, and welcome to our Wellness Wednesdays with me, Marla Boyle, Education Director of Intelligent IN Brand. I thought this week, since we've kind of been moving down body parts in terms of self-care, I thought one of the most important parts that we really forget about is our scalp. And I thought I would spend some time a little bit today on our quick session talking about healthy scalp. So, what does a healthy scalp look like? Well, a healthy scalp, for those of you that maybe have challenges or ongoing issues with your scalp, things you want to really take into consideration for a healthy scalp would be making sure that it is clear of any flakes or irritation, making sure it's free of redness or dryness, free of any buildup on the scalp, free of burning. You want the scalp to be clean. You want it to be calm. You want it to be really moisturized. And sometimes we just simply forget that we do need to take care of our scalp, because I have talked these last few weeks about our skin, which is the largest organ on our body, and it is the only one that is exposed. Along with that, though, our skin, it goes to the top of our head, in case you hadn't noticed, and your entire body is covered with hair. Just happens to be in a super abundant form and very visible up on the top of your head, but there's still skin under here. So in case you needed that little friendly reminder. And things that, for me, that I focus on with scalp, there's a few areas that your scalp truly needs in terms of having a healthy production of sebum and a healthy space for your hair to grow and for your follicles to have a good sebum exchange. Moisture is a big deal. When we move into seasons of the year, perhaps depends on where you live, but certainly where I am here in the Midwest, in Chicago, our seasons are very specific, and we rotate from having humid, hot, wet seasons to dry, bitter, devoid of all moisture. So in that case, if you have really dry scalp, or you're in a condition on a regular basis where you are devoid of moisture, dry atmosphere, or maybe your space that you live or work in has a lot of dry forced air coming through, something you want to think about. And you can get that moisture from rich, healthy, beneficial essential oils and rich omega fatty acids to help protect the barrier of the skin. Also, make sure that your scalp has a healthy pH balance, which should live between a 4 and a 5. And we know your whole body has different pH levels, and it's just making sure that you're riding in a good space for the skin to be able to have moisture retained, and that you're not moving into an area where the extreme conditions come into play. You should also keep your scalp clean. I know that sounds like a very common sense type of notion. You can have a sidebar about common sense with me outside, but I shampoo my hair 3 times a week at most. And I am thoroughly making sure that my scalp is clean. So I know there are hair conditions that might only shampoo once a week, but making sure that you do and making sure that you are keeping it clean is really important. Making sure that you have good blood circulation. I'm a big fan of this. And if you have been in any of my classes, or you've seen some of our breathing moments, I'm all about massaging the scalp. I'm all about tapping the scalp and the body. And the whole point of this is to stimulate circulation that's coming into the scalp. So you want to get good blood flow because it brings nutrients and oxygen to the scalp area, which is going to make it a good growing place for healthy hair, keep your follicles healthy, keep the scalp skin itself very healthy also. So we're going to talk about that one especially. And then protecting your scalp from sun, so UV radiation, protecting your scalp from extreme heat conditions or environmental conditions, excessively dry, excessively wet, and then also being cognizant of not using harsh chemicals on your scalp itself. Again, this is skin. You don't get to just zip it off, hang it up, and get a new one. It's all one gig from top of your head to your toes. So you do have to keep that in mind. And we just happen to have a phenomenal product that treats the scalp, and it is the Soothe Biphase Scalp Treatment. And it is, you can see it is separated as a water oil emulsion. And so it's something that for us, you're going to shake it up really completely so that you use it this way. And I'll talk a little bit about it. So the Soothe Biphase Scalp Treatment actually meets the needs of those 5 areas I just spoke about that your scalp is desiring to be healthy. This particular product addresses moisture. It has certified avocado oil in it. It has aloe leaf juice in it, which is going to focus on delivering rich vitamins and nutrients to the scalp to help create a healthy space, but also then contribute to strength at the root level, at the shaft itself. Hydrolyzed quinoa protein contains and is focused on being an ultra moisturizer with 17 amino acids. Those amino acids focus on helping to maintain the skin's moisture level and protect the skin barrier. They also help protect overall in protection in general of the scalp itself. The pH we talked about being a healthy space. The Soothe Biphase Scalp Treatment rides between a 4.7 and 6 as a pH. So it's in the range of what you need for a healthy pH. It also is stimulating. It's creating circulation because it has caffeine in it, which is stimulating, and it drives the ingredients in it. I'm going to talk about the microservice we teach, our soothing scalp and conditioning massage that very much focuses on creating circulation, but you can literally every day just create that, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Protection from environmental aggressors comes from our IntelliSeed science that's in this product, which delivers rich omega fatty acids. And these IntelliSeed, these seeds that we are extracting and their antioxidant properties from, pumpkin, cumin seed, red raspberry, cranberry, red grape, antioxidants are free radical scavengers. So they are eating up those lovely, crazy free radical molecules that are speeding up the process of aging externally and internally. And then the soothing that you're going to get is going to come from a collection of all of the ingredients have those properties, but the celery seed extract that's in this is very soothing. It helps reduce redness, and it really instantly gives this calming feeling and reduces flaking on the scalp. So we have the beautiful blend that helps support all of the areas that your scalp needs to be healthy. So let's go back and talk a little bit about, well, first application. So again, as I'll show you, it's a separation here. So you shake it. It has a dropper system to it. Tied mine so tight. So it has a dropper system to it. So you can apply this a couple of different ways. If you want just a few times a week, a nice soothing experience on your scalp, you're going to apply this to dry scalp. So through, literally take some of the product and just apply it linearly, or you want to do sections in the hair, or you want to part it, however you'd like to get it to the scalp, i.e. that's where we're trying to target, not your hair, not the length, but your scalp. Once you get it in there, you want to do some nice, good massaging. Really get in there. Don't be afraid to massage and scratch your scalp. It's amazing. Then let it sit on. You can maybe apply your favorite conditioner. You could sit there and do a nice, gentle massage. Really, this is something I love doing, and I do it actually before I go to bed. So really just focusing on, you have two major Chinese meridians separating the hemispheres of your brain, but they also are the two meridians on either side of the body. So I do a lot of tapping, literally, and I'll do that in a separate day altogether. But, you know, massaging through the hairline, massaging really kind of, I do like zigzag massaging through my whole scalp itself. And around the ears, I do some pressure pointing at the temples. It feels amazing. So if you haven't done this yet, just do it. So leave the product on. You can leave it on overnight, actually, and then wash it out the next morning. I would wrap your hair up in a bandana or a silk scarf or something like that, and then wash it out the next morning, and you will have an amazing feeling to your scalp, and it's very soothing. You could also do this in the morning. Again, you want it to sit on for a good 5 minutes on your scalp. So however you fit that in your morning regimen, that's great. It's also something that you can request when you go to the salon to have before your haircut. That's also another option. So this little experience helps to support soothing of the scalp, moisturizing the scalp, protecting the scalp, restoring the pH balance, and creating circulation. Now, the other thing that I do to create circulation when I'm not using soothsayers, every time I get out of the shower, when my hair is wet, I just flip my head over and I literally just scratch my head. I'm not so much using my nails as I am using the pads of my fingers to really just create, my head is literally bent over, hair is wet, and I'm literally just scratching my head. You all know how phenomenal it feels when you have a great shampoo with your hairdresser and you're just like in heaven, you know, you love that. Well, you can also do that when you go home. It doesn't just have to be once every 8 weeks that you have this. So take care of your scalp. It is the largest organ. It does go from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Think about the areas, the 5 areas I spoke about that your scalp needs. Certainly try on the Soothsayer Bi-Phase Scalp Treatment. Here we are, cute little bottle. And give your scalp some love. And we'll be back next week. Thanks for being here with me. Be well.